A mother and son were gunned down in their Pinewood Gardens apartment unit last night, and police say it was no random attack. Shanique Miller was on the scene as police rummaged through an all-too-familiar scene.
It's a crime that's shaken up the Buttonwood Avenue community, a shocking one that's left two relatives dead, reportedly a mother and son. Police say the two were at home in their Pinewood Gardens apartment when the front door was kicked in and the gunman opened fire. Assistant Commissioner of Police Hewlin Hanna described what police saw when they got inside the apartment.
They discovered at an apartment complex the lifeless body of a male and female, multiple gunshot injuries to the bodies. We believe at this time that they may have been related. We are uncertain as to the motive of this incident. We do not have any significant lead at this point, but we want to appeal to persons in this community who may have heard a noise. We believe that the door was kicked open, and these persons were disturbed and eventually shot and killed.
The country's murder count continues to soar. Last night's murders, 64 and 65 for the year. Hanna stresses this incident was not random and the young man was known to police. The male victim, according to police, was between 23 and 24 years old. His mother, about 56 years old. Pinewood Gardens wasn't the only active scene last night. Police were called to another scene, this time in Fox Hill, where they found a young man believed to be in his 20s hanging from a tree in his backyard.
We were led through an unpaved road and into the back of a yard where we saw the body of a male wearing a black short pants, bareback, hanging from with a thick rope around his neck.
Now, according to police, a relative found the man hanging. Hanna talked about the cry for help that many find themselves in and therefore resort to ending it all for fear that no one understands.
These are difficult times and people have their individual challenges, and sometimes you may feel as if your back is pressed against the wall and you may be at your wit's end as to how do you deal with your challenges. We want to recommend that you find someone to talk to if you're a church-going person, to perhaps speak to your priest, your pastor.
Taking into account another young life ended in suicide, Hanna also appealed to family members.
You may notice a person may be operating in a depressed state. A person may not be withdrawn, not want to speak to anyone, and may be talking about leaving all of these things behind. Sometimes these are signals, these are indicators that an individual is preparing to leave us.
Shanique Miller, ZNS News.
Now, police have released the identities of the mother and son killed overnight. They are 53-year-old Nora Mae Johnson and 23-year-old Dario Dean. Investigations are ongoing.